Hi everyone, Ms Bradshaw here. Just thought I would make a quick video to show you how you can be revising for your mocks. So on the revision resource that you'll be given with all the information for your different subjects, you will have some links to some revision lists for maths. Okay, there'll be two lists. There'll be one for foundation and one for higher. If you're not sure which tier you're doing at the moment, just ask your teacher and they will let you know. So when you have a look on the list, down the bottom, it will say paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. Now in the mock, you are only doing paper 1. In the actual mocks that you'll be sitting in the hall, you're only doing paper 1 and paper 3. Paper 2 will be done in class in summer 1, so that's next half term, but your teachers will tell you about that. Now, some of these topics you may not have covered before. We are going to give you the full paper, but we're not going to expect you to necessarily be able to do everything. And we will guide you on which questions you can do and which questions you can't. The reason we decide not to take all of the questions out is in maths, a lot of things link up. So, for example, just because you haven't explicitly done a topic before doesn't mean that you won't be able to access it, because it might have circles in and you know how to find the area and circumference of circles. There are things that you can bring into other questions. But you're not going to be judged on the things that you can't do because you haven't learned. So please don't worry about that. We just want to give people a chance to have a go at them and maybe gain some extra marks. Your teachers, a little bit closer to the time, will give you a bit of a guide on which topics to not worry about because you haven't covered them and which ones to focus on. Okay, but anyway, these are the questions that will come up. Only look at the ones on for paper 1 and paper 3 for the actual mock. And for the one that you're going to do in class, which we'll talk to you about in lessons, do paper 2. Now, the way this list works is obviously these are all the topics that are going to come up. And if you have a look to the left of that, there is a number. That is the corresponding MathsWatch clip number, okay, that you'll be able to use. So this is where MathsWatch comes in. So there will also be a link to this in your revision booklet that you get. Everybody's login will be your first initial and then your surname and then our OVA, and everybody's password is Ormiston. So that will log you on. You'll then go to the video tab, and let's say, for example, looking at my revision list, I wanted to revise volume of a prism because I couldn't really remember how to do that. I would then, I forgot what the number was. I would then see that was number 119, and I would go to MathsWatch and I would search in here 119, and then I would watch that video. Hopefully it's not going to start playing. Cool. So I would then watch that video. Whilst watching the video, make sure you're making notes and doing any questions that they ask you to do, because they'll then go through them. You can then click on the interactive questions to practice. That will mark it live for you, so you'll know if you're doing it right or wrong. And then there's a worksheet there if you want some extra practice. If you just need a quick reminder, there's also a 1-minute version of the video. So this is how you revise topic-specific things. There is also a website called Method Maths, although I haven't got this up yet, so hopefully it doesn't take forever to load. No, good. So Method Maths is a really good resource for using for exam practice. Your logins will be nice and easy. It's just going to be your first name as your username and your surname as your password. Mine's a bit more complicated. However, when you get on here, you will have all of these are past exam papers that have been digitalized, which means you can do them at home. And as you go through, you'll know how many marks you've got, what grade you're at, and what grade you need to get to the next one. What's really good about it, though, is if you start, let's say I started doing this this question, and I couldn't remember how to do this question, I could click on this scholar's hat here. And that would take me to a little PowerPoint where it would remind me how to do that problem. Okay. And if, let's say, I then learned how to do it, but I wanted to do some extra practice, I could then click on the PDF symbol and it will take me to a worksheet with extra questions that I can practice. Okay. And then I can go back to the exam and continue with that. Okay, if you are revising on Method Maths, ignore 1 and 2, they're SATs papers. If you are doing foundation, you want to be on tab 3. And if you're on high, you want to be on tab 4. So that's everything in terms of revision. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at z.bradshaw, it's z.bradshaw@ormistonvictoryacademy.co.uk or my co-director a.hazel@ormistonvictoryacademy.co.uk. Awesome. Thank you.